Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News.
Oh shit. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, news crew. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, members. Good morning, mods. Good morning, subbies. Good morning to everyone out there. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Let me switch that up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy, what is today? Happy 11th. Happy July 11th. This month is moving fast. All freaking ready. Joe, what up, Joe? What up, Human Hysteria? What up, Naries? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? So, I had let me talk about my weekend. I had a really interesting weekend. I went on a new date Saturday night, and when I tell you, as I can tell, it's been a while for me because I went on a date with a new guy, and he is 52 years old and very attractive, all that good stuff. And when I met him, I was like, oh, cool. I didn't know he was that old until we sat down and we were talking. So I'm gonna talk more about that on crew time tomorrow night. We're gonna have crew time. I'm gonna come down, we're gonna kick it and chill. We'll talk about my little date this weekend. It was very interesting, and it let me know that it just let me know a lot of things. So we got that on deck. Don't forget to join me this Thursday. We're doing Throwback Thursday. We will be restreaming and re-airing the first Run It Back episode. Was episode number 2, but we're going to be doing that. And so come join me Thursday. I'll put a time on that when it's down. But I think you all will enjoy that. I'll give my take of what's going on, what was happening, like sort of in my mind as I was creating the show, the topic, and it'll just give you insight on what we're going to be doing when Run It Back comes back. And then join me tomorrow, Wednesday, for local news. So I'll be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday of this week with the weekends off. So join me. And I also want to shout out. So I put a call out to you all on Friday about what do you all want me to do in terms of extra stuff, monetization and stuff. I received 4 emails, 4 very thorough, thick emails. I mean, very thorough, thick emails. And I put them, still processing them. But the consensus was 1, that my lives don't have to be as long. And I said, okay. 2 was I need to get in the habit of going live when topics are happening. So if something happens, just go live, because that's also how I can get new subscribers. But you all will be talking about it in the moment. And sometimes when I'm waiting to the show, it may be too late. So that was something else that I was like, oh, wow, I never really I thought about it, but I never really gave it too much thought. So that's something I'll be giving thought to. If I find a topic, I might just go live and see what happens there. That was a good idea. Thank you. I'm growing and learning. And then the other one was do some members only live, do some members only content, like do something on your members only that you wouldn't put live. And so I'm thinking about certain things there that I can just put over there that wouldn't be, for the channel. So I wanted to shout you all out. Thank you so much. I always appreciate that. It make me, it gives me an idea of some things that I could do. Does he have friends? Oh yeah, he has friends. Oh God, this is interesting. It's gonna be real interesting. A sugar zaddy. I don't want nothing I don't want no money from him or nothing like that. I don't even think he gives it up like that. Like, it was very much so. This dude asked me, so read any good books lately? And I'm sitting here looking like, oh, okay, now I know what we dealing with. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been on a date. Somebody asked me that, like, after a conversation. So, read any good books lately? I'm like, I don't know. So it's really a gap, but we'll talk about it. Good morning, Nate. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I like long lives. Yeah, I just enjoy. I figure, I only come live 3 days a week, so we just jam pack and talk about everything and just, get through it. And then, especially for those who watch it on the replay, shout out to the replay gang. It's something for them to just, get them through whatever they're doing. It's a little banter in the background. I find myself doing that to other content creators. So, for that sake, but I'm gonna start spreading it out. Like, if I come live more, I don't have to be live as much, for a long duration period of time. So I'll work on that. Tell his friends to slide in my DMs. Okay, book reader. Oh, he caught me at that question. I'm like, so yeah, that was interesting. All right. What else do I want to talk about? We talked about, okay, got into crew time. So yeah, crew time tomorrow night. We're gonna just kick it. It's gonna come down and kick the shit with y'all. Hello King looked like read books lately. I was like, oh, okay. I said I read books lately. I'm like, okay. And I didn't ask him. I didn't follow it up with that. So my next question was, so have you been going to the movie theaters, or do you prefer your movie streaming? Because since we're going to be doing like conversation that's not related to us and getting to know each other, let's talk about this other shit out here in the world. And I'm sitting here looking like, this is touching. Sometimes people really do want to get to know other things about you, and you forget that. I forgot that's still. So I said it was a good refresher. I was telling my friend yesterday, I was like, this might be a cute little challenge for me, like, because it was giving, like, but everything else is there: appealing, body, talk, conversation, swag. It was just like, damn, why you got to be one of the intelligent ones? Why you couldn't just be? Did I have to say that, intelligent ones? Why you couldn't just be? Don't know some shit, just down. No, this motherfucker had conversation and opinions about everything in the world. And I'm just like, yeah. And I didn't want to say I have a YouTube channel where I talk about a lot of shit. So I'm just sitting there like listening to his opinion. We swayed to Roe versus Wade, and it was so weird because we have differing opinions. And I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be real interesting here. He's like, so we're gonna talk about it tomorrow night. We'll get into it tomorrow night. So yeah, those are some of the changes that I want to implement on the channel. I want to start just doing random lives on random topics, just coming down here kicking it with you all. And then I want to also, and then I'm going to be doing some collaborations. I just got to get off my ass and stop waiting to the last minute to plan some of this shit. So like on Wednesday, you know who you are. I'm going to probably hit you up and see if you want to come on Wednesday for our local news to see if you want to co-host with me. I've reached out to a couple of people already. I just never put a date on it. So just to add another opinion to the show, you know, I know I give my commentary, but I'm sure someone else is opposed to my what I got to say. So I think that'd be cute. And then we'll do the normal stuff. I'm gonna try to cut morning shows down to specifically 2 hours, an hour and a half. So that way I'll have, you know, more time to do other stuff. Like planning today's show was great because it's specifically planned for an hour and 30 minutes. And I realized what I do. I put too many topics in the show. Like, why am I walking when I'm doing 18 topics in one show? I just be zoom. But when I watch my replay and I watch it, you know, I enjoy what we're doing. So it's all with growing, learning, and growing. I keep clicking on that because I'm thinking I'm clicking a comment. Don't do the intellects like that. Sounds like my kind of man. Don't do. Oh, trust me, he Googled you. I fucking hate Google, by the way. They still have my real name attached to my YouTube account. It's so stupid. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't care. I don't scrub Google with all my stuff anyways. If you search my real name in Google, you're going to find the football player. And I started looking up him. I'm like, you better carry our name right. You better do it right. I don't want no motherfucking scandals. I don't want to come down here and have to report on your ass or nothing because you're going to be Jane him. Okay? I'm going to have to put you in some other category. Yeah, they will Google you. It sucks. It is. All right, y'all. Y'all ready to get into some hot topics now? I just mixed some shit in today, y'all, but we got some real shit to get through. So we just gonna go to it. So first thing we're gonna do is jump right into local news. Now, you know, there's been a lot of crazy shit coming out of these states and these cities when it comes to legislation. First, we had Arizona, well, not Arizona, Florida with the noise ban. You know, you can't be within 2 cars distance playing loud music, or you'll get a warning, then a citation. Then we have Arizona who's saying that, damn, I just had a brain fart. Oh, good, I got my book right here. Then we got Arizona who's talking about, what's the Arizona bill? God damn, I had a whole brain fart. Yeah, recording police. Then we had Arizona recording police. Now get into this shit right here. Now this is coming out of New York State. New York State is now requiring gun applicants to submit their social media accounts for review. I said, what the fuck is that supposed to do? I want you looking for mental health signs. I need mental health documentation from doctors, police visits. What is my social media going to tell you? If you look at some people's social media, it'll come off like they're slow. Misspellings, all kind of inappropriate pictures. So I started thinking like, what are they doing? So I'm not alone. Some people are already starting to write back saying it can be tricky to decode social media posts by younger people who could simply be expressing themselves by posting a music video. Where this will get tricky is to what extent this expression is and to what extent is this evidence of wrongdoing. So I started thinking the same thing. Like if I'm sitting down and I'm having a conversation with somebody about a gun, going to, you know, a gun range or something like that, are you going to decipher that as me becoming militant and wanting to do something weird? So there, unfortunately, the biggest pushback in New York State is that they don't have enough people to do this. There is not enough people in the world to screen all the applicants in New York State social media to determine whether this person is radicalized or their intentions are evil. Can you imagine? So some of the remedies that they're asking for is that New York should instead consider giving the job to a trained group task with figuring out how to best reach out to people online who are showing signs of radicalization. There's a lot of nuance and contextual issues. We speak differently, how we communicate, and that could be misunderstood. I'm concerned we don't have the right people or the right tools in place to do this in a way that's useful and actually preventing violence. So pay attention to this. Those who are now looking to go get this doesn't go into effect until September, but those who are looking to apply for their gun license in the state of New York in September, you will be required to submit your social media accounts, your Instagrams, your Twitters, and they will be inspecting them. Now, how well they'll enforce this, I don't know, because they already don't have manpower to do some of the more serious stuff. So what do you think about them screening you for your your gun license. I mean, I thought that was weird. I would never want to give you my social media for you just to go through it. I went off on people. I've said some horrible things. I all of my Twitters and my Facebook. So can you imagine them then pinning me out and saying that I've done something or I'm radicalized? How about they check their actual mental? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what's wrong with checking a fucking police record? What's wrong with actually allowing this system, this federal system that requires places with minors under the ages of 21 or 18, whatever they said, to report if there are incidents of mental health, occurrences, standing outside naked. Okay, we need to put him in the system. Well, I don't know what's going on, but you should have clothes on. People in the store will allow outbursts. They want to kill everyone. No weapon, no threat of harm, but they saying it. We need to put that shit in the system. So when this person goes to buy a gun, we already have an occurrence. That's the stuff that makes more sense to me. You picking and choosing social media, it sounds very premature, very immature, very juvenile of a state authority figure such as New York State to be wanting to scrub social medias. I mean, come on, leave that shit up to the CIA and the FBI. At this point, I really think the biggest focus needs to be on mental health. Because I'm telling you, you got actors, you got people who play the part, you got people who speak in different jargons. Shit, I could be saying I'm a spaz on a bitch. What does that mean? We already know spaz is a wrong word to use. So for me, it was just like, y'all are trying to do too much and not have the right resources together. Sounds like a task for me. I can spot a psycho through the phone and a mile away. Can you really? My TT is like that too. Can you really? Baby, them are the ones that you need to stay absolutely away from. So I got this from NPR. I'm gonna stay tuned to this. I think this will be very tricky. I think the first instance that they go into somebody getting denied based on their social media, we'll have a legal case, and then we'll have more information to go on. So I'll stay tuned to this story. So now the next story I wanted to get into, and it's a sad one, but I wanted to specifically, because we are dog lovers here over at the News Crew and King Roman News Channel. But we have these moments where people just don't understand the behavior of dogs. So this North Carolina woman whose son recently died in a car crash was mauled to death by pit bulls she was dog sitting. So before I play the clip for you, I don't know why my mouse is so sticky today. Before I play the clip for you of this woman, I just want to tell you some context behind the situation. So she doesn't have dogs. They're two grown pit bull dogs. Okay. Two grown pit bull dogs. They've been with each other for a significant amount of time. So at 2 a.m. in the morning, she decides to let them out in her backyard. And I'm thinking, why? At 2 a.m. in the morning? I don't give a damn if they got to piss or shit. That's when you start training. No, y'all sitting your asses in y'all crate at 2 a.m. in the morning. I can imagine all the smells that they smelled outside that triggered them instincts, like go hunt, go do. I don't know what the fuck it was, but she went outside after them and they mauled her ass to death. Now, you had all of the neighbors calling because they heard her crying and screaming. By the time the police got there, they found her on the ground laying dead. So get into this story. It's a sad story, but unfortunately it happens. And I have a point, and I'll share it with you all when we come back from this video. Oh, fuck in the face. Why are we doing this today?
This woman's getting attacked by her dogs in the backyard.
You just heard a 911 call a neighbor made to a Greensboro police dispatcher telling them about a vicious dog attack.
When officers arrived, they say two dogs were mauling a woman who was pet-sitting the animals. The 46-year-old later died at the hospital.
Right now, Greensboro police are investigating the deadly attack. So far, no criminal charges have been filed. WF-2's Jenna Kurzina has been in contact with police and spoke with neighbors about the attack.
Yeah, and Ben, it's an attack that still has neighbors in shock, but it was also loud enough it caught the attention of a neighbor who called 911.
I ran over there to see what's going on. It's dark. All I hear is her yelling, and her dog's over there attacking her. All I know is that they done drug her into the dark.
This happened not far from downtown Greensboro on Vance Street around 2 a.m. on Thursday. Investigators say the victim, Trina Peed, was in her backyard with the dogs when the attack happened. Guilford Metro says she was watching the two dogs for a family member. Officers arrived and took Peed to the hospital, but she died from her injuries. I spoke with neighbors today who say Peed was a kind and caring person.
She was a very nice person. That's all I can tell you. She treated me wonderful. She treated my wife wonderful. She treated everybody wonderful.
It's still not exactly clear what led to the attack. Both Greensboro Police and Guilford County Animal Services responded. Police say they did fire a shot at one dog, but did not say if the dog died. Animal Control says they only have one dog in quarantine. Again, at this time, there are no criminal charges that have been filed.
So sad and so unfortunate. Now, here's what I've learned having a dog and giving your dog to other people to watch, and then them watching your dog is always important. And listen to this very carefully, dog owners, because I learned this through training with my dog. Is when you have other people watch your dog or you have them watch your dog, you have them in front of you with your dog watching. Give them your dog commands. If it's a stop, sit, go, crate, whatever, do that in front of the person watching your dog so that you also understand exactly what they're doing and what they're saying, their tone, all of that stuff. They understand all of that stuff. It's a clear sign of transitioning communication from one owner to the other owner. Sometimes you don't get that with the shelters. They just drop dogs off and then you expect to know what a dog is familiar with. No, it's always critical. Like Eli, you're not going to just tell him to stop. He'll probably look at you like, what does that mean? But if he understands that you're telling him to stop and I've told him to stop and it's all in the same format, I think you might be okay. I think this woman is for a family member. I don't know if she may have had the dogs before, but all signs are telling me this woman did not know how to say, get y'all ass back here, let's go. And it may have escalated. And unfortunately, she lost her life. And then just, I want to say just maybe a month ago, was it a month ago? She lost her son in a car crash. So now you have two people gone to very fatal accidents. And it's a sad story. So I wanted to share that with folks because sometimes I wonder, like, do people know that when you do give people, you don't just give them, even when I like do Rover every once in a blue moon, like once a year, I always in front of whomever I give him my dog to, I'm like, you know, for Eli, most of the time, if you want him to sit, you need to be sitting too. That's you need to be calm sitting. You can't just be running and tell him to sit. He's not going to pay. It don't add up. It needs to be I'm sitting, sit, stop. Calm your ass down. He's used to those kind of words. That's just what he grew up with. Calm your ass down. And he already understands. So I think that was key here, but I don't know. But it's a very, very sad story. And good morning to my boos that just walked in the room. Good morning to the boos that just walked in the room. Hey, Tracy. Good morning, boo. Hey. Jake, what up? What up? Most of the time, it starts from social media. The people who lost loved ones will love that idea. The FBI is upper level in law enforcement. You're talking about the social media gun radicalization. You know, I agree, but it can't just be social media by itself. It has to be paired with some other information that's credible. You know what I mean? Because I can see this just deeming, you have some people in the office just deeming everyone unfit based off their social media of having a gun. Then we get into other issues of you're scrubbing my social media looking for radicalization and you stumble upon me doing illegal shit. Now, what are you going to then turn me over to the police? Well, your scope is out of reach. That wasn't your business in the first place. And then, you know, you have a whole nother legal case. So for me, it's just like, okay, social media and what else? Are we saying we're going to pull social media records? We see some radicalization. Now let's check police records, mental health records, and see if there's something there. You know, I think that would be a little bit, it has a little more weight and it lends itself to really saying this person is radicalized. Like, you know, I can think of people in my family who post shit on social media. It'd be memes and all kind of shit. And you'd be thinking like, what is wrong with you? But I know damn well, you know, my cousin is not, you know, or a few friends of mine are not capable of, well, and I don't know, but I know certainly that what I know of them so far, they're not capable of doing anything like that. So I agree with you. I agree. I know they would love that idea. Hey, Lena, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. And happy Monday. Yeah, it was horrible. And pit bulls get a bad rep. My dog loves pit bulls. My brother has a pit bull, Queen. And when we went down there, it was like they were inseparable. Queen wanted to play with Eli the whole time. Eli was like, look, I done gave you playtime. I can't do it no more. They jumping on the trampoline together. Of course, Queen, bigger than my dog. So every time she jumped, Eli flying off. But he enjoyed it. So I don't want pit bulls to get a bad rep. It's just when you don't know how to manage them. Like I would never be babysitting someone's pit bulls. Two big ones. Hell motherfucking no. You got me crazy. Even if I'm in a house. No, ma'am. I will recommend you a place, but I'm not watching your pit bulls. No. Good morning, VMW. Good morning. The neighbor. You heard the neighbor on the call. I don't know what's going on, but I heard this lady scream. And next thing you know, the dogs is dragging her into the bushes. That's why you can't watch everybody dog. It's so true. Even with kids, like Eli, I'm gonna be honest with you. Eli is not good with little kids because they're the same size. So Eli be looking at the baby like, you petting me, but I'm thinking you trying to dominate me. And he does not do well with kids. He will snick a bite in a quick beat. I be telling my cousin like, yeah, I'm gonna let him sit up here with me because he's about to go off. So, and I know that. So I would never let somebody have my dog and they got children. Because I will tell you, keep your kids upstairs. Whole facts. That is dangerous to dog sit. They couldn't interview another. The news media always show crazy looking black neighbors. Stop. I said, I'm looking like, is this for real? Is he for real? So sad. Dogs are animals, and people always say my dog don't bite at any given time. They can snap and bite anybody. You're right. Shoot, I know Eli be wanting to bite me. The way he nibble on me, he be like, and then it start getting hard. I'm like, I know you mad at me. What you gonna do? I speak to my dogs in a different tone, dialect, accent, broken language, so they won't take commands. That's so true, human. That's what I'm saying. People really have to do their routine in front of someone so they'll understand. Like, besides how I say it, watch my tone. Like, I'm not yelling, stop, because that might excite a dog to want to go off. It's a gentle, hey, stop. It might be a hand sign. It might be go sit your ass down. Like that pointing and all that stuff is, he knows. Point, go to your room, nigga. Let's go. Good morning, T. Trisha One. All the bulls in the room. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. All right, so that was our woman mauled by a car crash. Now let's get into this next story. So I found this next story and I found it to be very, very interesting. So in this same scenario, a black man, if he was doing this to a white woman, would be considered sexual assault, especially if her boyfriend was present. Well, now we have a clip of a white woman. First, it was playfully flirting with a black guy. Then it became, okay, this is sexual assault. So the video was uploaded to TikTok, another viral clip. And people have been voicing their opinions like, that's sexual assault. So far, that black women online have been calling the local cops and reporting the video to this white woman's jurisdiction. Now, what I found to be funny out of this is that the black man is clearly like, look, lady, back up. And her boyfriend is standing right there trying to grab her, but she's all over this black man. And I'm sitting here looking like, ain't this some shit? Because if the shoe was on the other foot and the tables were turned, this man would definitely be like, yo, what are you doing? Everybody be throwing a fit. So let's get into this clip. And I want to know your thought. You tell me, is this friendly banter or would you say this is sexual assault? Let's get into this clip. All right.
Random girl with severe case of...
Let me make sure y'all can see it. All right, here we go. Man, I can't blow it up.
Random girl with severe case of jungle fever. We couldn't believe she wanted him so bad. She didn't even ask for his name.
I like you. and I want you.
Her boyfriend's in the White House.
That's it, shawty. No way.
She refused to let go.
Get my man out of here. So you can go ahead and bring them cameras and them police is waiting outside. Man out of here.
I love you.
I beg your pardon.
Random girl with severe case of jungle fever. We couldn't believe she wanted him so bad. For his name.
I like you, and I won't.
Now, this is what you call I when I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, it's friendly banter. Until I saw the guy actually pushing her away from him. I'm like, okay, at this point, if this was the tables were turned, this would definitely be a case of you are assaulting me and you are harassing me. But unfortunately, the security guard came in and escorted her out. Now, how embarrassing to be doing some shit like this in front of your man. You wanted some ding dong like that, some King Kong ding dong like that you couldn't even wait to get home to watch a porno to play with yourself off that shit. You wanted it right then and there. Now, the folks have been reaching out to the local cops to report her antics. I think they're trying to get this woman's face and get her online and have her arrested, get her in her job. And it happened in the Jersey Shore. So what do you all think? Now Black Twitter is involved and they're sending messages to the local police department and trying to get the woman arrested for assault. Like, damn, Sway, you wanted that bad? I mean, I could have, that's embarrassing to me. Like, I mean, I don't think it was serious. The fuck? No home training child. She was white girl wasted. What the fuck? Sexual harassment. But because they're in the bar drinking, that's why she got away with a lot of it. It wouldn't have been, first of all, I couldn't have been your boyfriend. You doing some shit like that. I'd have broke up with your ass and left out. You can have her. She for the streets, homie. If you want her, y'all can do whatever y'all want to. Black girls on blonde. What is it? Blacks on blonde? You can have it. I'm done. I'd have walked out. Are you kidding me? That's a pure form of disrespect. How you come back from that? Now shit all online. What, she gonna thank you with a blowjob? Girl, dick sucking ain't that good. Erase that embarrassment. That was pure embarrassment on his part. Then I take it one step further. Let's say they get married. Bitch, you got this shit out here. Girl, you ain't right for nobody at this point. You might as well get that fantasy off, get your rocks off, go on, get you a train. And I always ask this question: how do they be going? And I see very, very easily that's sexual assault. If that was him or her, he would have a whole. I said the same thing. I said this man will have a whole fucking case. He already looked like he had probably, put a hurting on her. I'm sitting here looking like, oh my God, she wanted that. She's groping him and touching him. That is a definite no. She grabbed this thing. When she grabbed around his waist, she had her hand down there grabbing this thing. That's why they were all like, oh no. I'm like, damn. I mean, I don't even think we do that in the gay clubs. Why everybody be trying to come for the gays? That's later in the evening. Bitch, not early in the evening while everybody at the bar drinking. You excited, honey. It's Pride Month over with. It's a double standard when it comes to this. People feel women can't sexually assault men, and that's why I wanted to highlight it, because I know that we have a lot of female subscribers here at the channel, and I wanted to get their take. Like, would you say in your mind that this was sexual assault? And so to her boyfriend, throw the bitch away. I'd have left that bitch right there. I'd have said, oh, fuck this shit, bitch. You got me fucked up. I would have left her ass. I don't know. That's the bitch you post up online. I'd have her face, her number, everything posted on back page. Bitch, you getting work today, honey. White girl interested. Deep throat. So that's this one. That's this viral clip. And I saw it and I said, okay. Now, This next story, y'all, the way I have to stagnate the video because I'll definitely get flagged for this video, but I want to show you all. So last week we talked about the store owner who shot the customer after the customer came back to the store, the man in the bodega, and he stabbed him to death. Apparently his girlfriend or wife or whomever came in there and stole a bag of chips, and she got mad that he caught her and took the chips. So she went and got her boyfriend, and he came back to the store raising up. Now there's video clip out there. I'm going to save all of that until local news on Wednesday. But that happened Friday of this week, just this week. We have an O'Reilly Auto Parts where we're going to play the video. A customer got unruly with one of the O'Reilly Auto Parts employees, beat her ass senseless, right? Well, the employee got up, went to the back and got a gun and shot the girl, shot her flat on the floor. There was a bystander who had video footage of the entire incident, the fight and everything. Now we're going to watch it, and I'm going to stop and I'm going to speed up and I'm going to stop and I'm going to speed up. I want you to get a context of what happened here, okay? Because I don't want to have anything that might be that might appear to be promoting any kind, insinuating or promoting any kind of violence. And disclaimer, I'm not promoting violence. I'm definitely doing this for a news reporting purposes. And so let's get into this. All right, this is gonna be a little icky.
What? Nah, you act like you ain't been here long. Stupid ass bitch. But your mama stupid. Now come back here. Come out behind that counter. Tell me my mama stupid. Beat your ass. Bitch. Oh my. Oh. What? Bitch.
All right. So at this point, you see a fight is going on, right? All right, let's continue. I'm gonna speed it up. Now stop. Now this is where the young lady goes behind the counter. This is where she goes behind the counter and she retrieves her weapon. So at this point, the woman got attacked. She was attacked because a customer wanted something in the store, and as an employee, she didn't either know or she couldn't. It wasn't really enough details around it. All I know is that the customer was trying to find something in the store, and she got beat down for it, talking shit, back and forth, got beat down. And as a result, then we get to this point. Oh. And now you see she pulls out a gun and shoots the girl, and the girl's laying there on the ground. All of this because you wanted to be tough in a motherfucking store, O'Reilly Auto Parts store. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Was it necessary? Was it that serious? Is my first question. Was my first thought. So that happened. Let me speed it up. So
come out of here. Time to go. Watch out. Can I get out of here? Grab the battery, Wayne. Grab the battery. I'm out of here. Jesus. I'm out of here.
So that incident happened. It was very cringeworthy to see it go down like that. But my first thought and my first opinion was, why in the fuck would you even go at it with somebody in a store? And there's so many other fucking auto parts stores in the world. Why do we have to do that? Why is it like, okay, bitch, and like, why are we turning up? If there's no physical threat, leave the fucking store and go somewhere else, bitch. It's not that fucking serious. And low key, I feel like I feel like this was you dig your own fucking ditch. That's why I be telling people, you don't just go attacking bitches because you think you're in the right and you think you're going to know. Some motherfuckers got that match that's going to match you. And this was a clear case of that. And in the last situation with the bodega owner stabbing that man, that was another situation. And I felt a different way about that. You know, you come in here acting big and bad, like you're going to attack the store owner. He's going to defend himself. I felt the same way here. This girl defended herself. You literally beat this girl up and had her on the ground. What else was she supposed to do? Call 911 when she got back up? I'm sorry, but we watched too many stories, even the Burger King story where the lady spit, the white woman got out and spit on the guy and said, "Did you feel that?" Yeah, she could have got off quickly if it was the right person. If it was the wrong person, she could have been off. Whoa, wrong person. She would have been off or sliced the fuck up, a whole fucking spatula, meat patty all on her face. So I saw this and I said, yeah, you know, it's awful that it happened like this. But I don't know, you know, I don't know what else to say. All I can share with you all is that it's a time and a place for everything. I certainly wouldn't be walking up in anybody's store turning up like that. No, bitch, all you telling me is you ain't got it or something. Okay, then let me leave. Like, I'm not trying to show off for people, you know. Now, if you put your hands on me, we got a different situation, honey. Crazy. That was a Dollar General, I thought. No, it was an O'Reilly Auto Parts store. Well, never mind. So feminine. Lord, these workers have had enough of y'all. As someone who works in retail, yeah, folks is tired. You child, it's to grab the battery, not y'all stealing. Dog, he was like, I'm out. And you just now out? You just now realizing you need to get out? It was a auto parts store. I don't know why I thought it was a Dollar General. That worker is still, you saw her, she was back there still stumping her out. And that's what happened when you run up on some of these places. Like, was it really that serious for her to do? Honestly. And then you end up getting your ass beat. So shoots customer, attacking her, and now people are saying is the new trend killing customers. And I'm like, I don't think it's the new trend. I think people need to figure out what the fuck they want to do when they go into these stores. So that's what happened there. So now we'll switch over into hot topics. I got a couple of topics here, not too many. I got about 7 topics. They're all in the description box low. So let's get into some things. So first, before I go on, I do want to remind you, please hit the like button if you haven't. Just a reminder, shout out to the replay gang. And don't forget to join me tomorrow night. We're going to do crew time, no topic plan. We just going to kick it, come down, kick it. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to drop the link if any of you all want to come up. Just a random night, you know, unstructured. So don't forget to join me tomorrow night, Tuesday, for crew time. And then on Wednesday, we'll be back with our local news, our morning show. All right. What'd you say, Joe? The clerk going to jail because she went and got the gun. If she had the gun during the fight, maybe not. Yeah, I think I automatically assumed she was going to jail too. After seeing what they're doing to the bodega store clerk, I mean, they released more footage. I can't wait for us to talk about it Wednesday, but they released more store footage. And what they're saying is it would have been self-defense had he not grabbed the knife, but the knife proved to be excessive force because there was no visible weapon apparent to make him feel threatened. I said, where? And they are all saying because that's not a stand your ground state. What the fuck they got to do? He didn't have a gun. He had a knife. What do you mean? Like, so we'll get all into that. Let's look at one of the topics. So let's first start with Roddy Rich. So now Roddy Rich, to me, you know, he was I thought in my mind, a legend rapper in the making, but he kind of fell off. He fell off with a couple of records. He dropped out. People really haven't been paying him too much attention. Still makes good music. He just is not viral. So there's this video, you know, we got all of these artists now on stage and fans who want to jump on the fucking stage. Fuck comedians. We worried about comedians being attacked on stage. These celebrities have their fans jumping all on stage trying to create these viral moments. And so you have Roddy Rich, a fan jumps on stage. Now his security guard was doing a great job of taking care of it, but unfortunately Roddy Rich inserted himself when he decided to land the final kick. So check this out. So check this out. And I was very, I was a little bit that was nothing about that was cute.
Roddy Rich fucked a fan up on stage at Frown Flat.
Now look at this. Lawsuit. Now, was that even necessary?
Roddy Rich fucked a fan up on stage at Frown Flat.
What's really good? Lawsuit. Baby, I'm claiming my back, bro. I'm claiming everything. I'm claiming all kinds of situations. Now, did it make sense? Your security guards were coming. They came and actually took care of the situation. You bring your little your short ass with them fucking dookie pants. I hate when they're overly saggy like that. Did y'all see them saggy dookie pants? I don't like baggy pants like that. It's one thing to sag and have baggy pants, but you are giving me Missy Elliott. I can't stay in the rain, and that shit is not appropriate in 2022. And then you decide to kick the man. I hope, because you need a lesson. I hope he got a spinal injury. He need to go see the chiropractor or something and settle with your ass, because that's what you get. Sorry, but not sorry. That's true. That's what you fucking get. Why I can't be in situations like that? Bitch, I would get off on a good 6-figure. The customer's always right. Cab. The customer's always right. Carrie, hey, boo. I miss you. Thank you for coming through, boo. It's giving lawsuit tease, period. Did he know him? No. Even his security was like, nigga, what are you doing? And unfortunately, no one knew exactly what this man was doing. Now, let me show you an example of what you should do when situations like this happen. So, Lil Baby was performing, and then a fan jumps on stage while he was performing. And so let's look at real small clip of what Lil Baby did, because I think it's some audio in the background of it. And let's see. So watch this it's a very small clip. Bam. Now, did you see that? That's what should have happened. It's just like that. He stayed right there and he did not move at all, a lick or nothing. And so to me, that's exactly how you prevent a lawsuit from happening or anything of that nature. Now, let me show you what he said after that. So Lil Baby addressed the crowd, which was good. I said, okay, great. You have some training. At least you got a good team behind you. So he addressed the crowd shortly after the guy got pushed off stage. He went to go check up on him. So check this one out. Y'all see them pants? Might have time to change. So that was sweet of him. I don't know what we're gonna do with all of these jumping on the stage. Listen, fans, it ain't that serious. Stop trying to create a viral moment for you get hurt. Somebody's going to get shot or somebody's going to get terribly stumped the fuck out. Stop jumping on stage for a TikTok moment. They're not even viral anymore. People are just trying to go TikTok have a TikTok thing. And security, get more like Lil Babies. There shouldn't be a delay between somebody getting on stage. And to come to find out, Cardi B wasn't even attacking the fan. More footage came out. It showed that she was actually trying to push the security guard to back up off of her. And she walked away from it smiling. So still, in that instance, you're still too close to fans for them to be able to tussle and touch your hair. I don't know what they're going to do. I know I don't go to concerts sitting there thinking like, let me go jump on the stage. For fucking what? Like, it's not my show. It's definitely a lawsuit on Roddy Rich's though. I just don't get it. Did he know him? Even his security is looking like, hey, B. Lenore, good morning, good morning, good morning. They threw him into another galaxy. Absolutely. I didn't get kisses. Hey, Jake Smith, you didn't get kisses when I came in the room. I'm sorry. And in contrast, this Bama has on jeggings. You see? I said, how times have changed. Did they throw that guy off stage? I mean, they literally pushed him like, dog, not today. The little leather from one extreme to the other, from baggy pants. Them pants was horrible. Horrible. I remember when they were in style too. I used to have some baggy pants, but I'm so good and cuffed them at the bottom. What was I thinking? It's dumb going on the stage. King. That was sweet of him, Joe. Yeah, he looked sweet. So you think Lil Baby looks sweet? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all know how I feel about Lil Baby now. Come on, let's not do Lil Baby like that. So that was the two incidents on the stage this weekend. Now, let's talk about Nicki Minaj trolling. This is an absolute troll here. So Nicki Minaj addresses pregnancy rumors. So she recently was on her live with some of her fans, and they asked her if she was pregnant. And her response was, first, I meant to tell you guys something. Not only it's not that I'm fat, it's that I'm pregnant. And people were like, wait, what? Huh? Come again? Are you pregnant? And so then she goes on to repeat the joke and
JT, are you in London?
Re-switch it. So check out this clip real quick. And she looks so damn good. That's my boo. Nicki Minaj looks really good here. Y'all might say she pulling a Lil Kim, but my friend always say she trying to pull a Lil Kim. She going far and far away from her original face. Don't do her like that. But check this out. Looking like a doll.
Am I pregnant? Oh, have I sold out? Oh, I didn't mean to tweet this. I'm not fat, y'all. I'm pregnant. Yeah. I meant to tell y'all, I forgot. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not fat, guys. I'm pregnant. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, Cow's Mirage, y'all knew it? Oh, wait. Did I say it wrong? Oh, I'm sorry. I think I said it wrong. I meant to say I'm not pregnant, I'm fat.
So corny of Nicki. But I love my girl for playing with her fans like that. Now, I definitely was expecting her to say she was pregnant. If she's not pregnant now, though, she will be with Kenneth Petty being home confinement for the next year or so. What is 15 months of home confinement? I know they're gonna be fucking around there or something. I know something gonna be going on. It's a baby and an album coming soon, y'all. I guarantee it. Mark my words. I'm telling you now. They're gonna be doing something up in there. I thought that was cute of her trolling with her fans. Nah, she was giving extra gravy on the side. Lil Baby is one of the girls. Joe, are you really gonna put that? Why y'all be putting this on him? Don't put that on Lil Baby. I don't even want to see it for him. I don't even. Oh no. She wants to be British so bad. Carrie, I said corny too, even though she's my girl. It was given very much so. Okay, Nicki, I get it. You get your little corn, your little corn. She does. Back to this. Wait, who said it? She was giving extra gravy on the side. Yo, when Nicki Minaj stands up and stands to the side, she's a whole different person from when you looking at her face forward. I noticed that with certain celebrities. When you look at them from the side angle, like Kim, then it'd be like, oh, bitch, that's different. You hitting different. Kim is a lot wider than what we see online. I'm telling you that. all that shit we be seeing online where she's perfectly like a Coke bottle shape, and then when you turn to the side, it's just, how do you explain that? What filter, bitch? What are you using? That's $1 million filter. But I'm mark my words, ain't nobody living thin for that long. Even my little ass be throwing on some pounds. I'll be like, damn, bitch, I was just 172. Now it's talking about 176 after hold up. Yes, and also please, if you don't mind, hit that like button if you haven't subscribed, and drop a comment after the video. Let me know what you thought about some of the topics today. All right, now let's move on to this next topic. It is very sad. I know many people have their thoughts on Pastor John Gray, but he's been placed in critical care unit. His wife says to keep him in your prayers. And so she goes on to share this post onto her Instagram. And it just simply says that after feeling a little different over the past couple of weeks, he went to the ER on Thursday evening and was immediately admitted to CCU with a saddle pulmonary embolism. Now, if you don't know what a saddle pulmonary embolism, it's a large blood clot lodged in the main pulmonary artery. And so the blockage occurs in the leg and then travels to the lungs from large veins and other parts of the body. And so the pastor is in a precarious situation because they're saying the location of his saddle PE is life-threatening if it shifts. She explains that he needs 2 types of surgery because of the pressure on his heart in the next 24 hours. Doctors have warned her that other people have died with his exact condition. Pastor Ray must remain still and cannot even go to the bathroom. However, his wife maintains her faith in God that he will pull her husband back to health. So I just wanted to shout him out, send my condolences and prayers out to him. A very sad situation to be in. And if you know anybody, or if you're anybody who might be in some weird type of pain stemming from their leg, now here's a new symptom or a new something that we can talk about. Saddle PE, definitely automatic trigger, something that you just is a sudden trigger that you feel. Now I was trying to see like if there's anything related to food, diet, stress, and all combination of all of those things. I didn't see if it was hereditary, if it ran in the family or not. So I'll try to look up for more information for this. But my whole entire purpose is that I hope he does not pass away. I hope he does pull through. I hope they're able to suppress the blood clot that's growing inside of his body, that's pushing onto his heart within at that time was within the next 24 hours. I'll stay tuned to this story. And if something does happen, this might be a story where I'll just go live randomly and we can just talk about it. So anybody got any thoughts on Pastor John Gray? What y'all think? I've been missing the vibe over here. Oh, Carrie, I miss you too. I wanted to hop on your panel the other day and have a talk with you about everything is going on, because I've been there and I wanted to tell you, like, I had to go watch my old video about some things. Like, yeah, I remember that same situation. So keep your head up. Definitely, I'm Team Carrie and I'm Team Tracy, but I love you both. I love you all both in my YouTube relationship and family, and I definitely want to see you too. And I'm probably missing parts of the story, but I definitely want to see you too. So while that is dangerous, it is. Didn't he break his leg last year? Yeah. Yes, he did. Actually. So it could stem from that. You're absolutely right. All of those. That's crazy. It's crazy. And even myself, even I'm not even gonna lie, I recently went to the just for a regular physical, and every time I go since over the last 2 years, I've had high blood pressure. So they recently gave me this what is it, a digital blood pressure monitor, and they want me to monitor my blood pressure over the next 2 weeks. I haven't done that at all, because it's like I'm supposed to do it when I wake up in the morning and then in the noon and night, and it's supposed to send it. I haven't done it at all because I'm like, what's the point of me having Apple Watch and shit? It isn't supposed to automatically send what my blood pressure is. So I've been trying to connect and sync and see how I can do that, but they're trying to see if I have high blood pressure. And so I've just been trying to reduce my own stress. Even if I do or don't reduce my own stress, add more green vegetables, add more fruits, natural sugars to my diet instead of going to get junk food. I went on a whole Wegmans shopping binge yesterday. I mean, I went in there and spent like $250 on meat, greens, some organic shit, you know, stuff that I like. Like, I just found an organic version of it. Like, I love potato chips. So I went and got all kettle cooked chips. I ate them last night and I was just like, this what the crave is about? Y'all bitches need to get some flavor in your life. I cannot do kettle cooked chips. Like, what is going on? I need a ruffle, and I need a good, you know, I need some flavor. I went and got a whole bunch of deli meat. I'm like, I need to go ahead and start doing sandwiches and subs and shit. So we need to take our health serious, especially my people, because it runs in our genes. And you know, sometimes our eyes are bigger than our appetite, and our health requires us to follow. So even for me, I'm checking my blood pressure. You know, I haven't yet, but I'm trying to eat right, reduce stress. Like, and a good way to reduce stress is to, when you have something happen to you, deal with it right then and there. Don't let that shit linger. At least come to a sensible enough solution. That way it's not riding your wave. Like, some shit happened to me, I'm like, okay, all right, so I'm smooth to get to the next point. And another thing is, like with my YouTube shows, I need to take some pressure off by doing a lot of pre-planning. Like, I need to be doing some stuff the day before, a couple of days before, then waiting to 3 or 4 hours before my show, and then I'm just rushing, and that's stress too. And I come down here and I'm just rushing through, and like, so all of those things add to your stress being healthy. And I think about that. So just from one person living through it and reading these stories, we really should do manage our stress very, very well. Injury after certain procedures and smoking. Yeah. And so that's another thing, smoking. So now I've officially switched over to raw papers. And I've been doing it for about 2 weeks now. Well, really, ever since I was traveling with my cousin, because she does raw papers. And I'm like, oh, this is not bad. So I've been doing that. And it's not much, but it's not as as dangerous as using, like, you know, tobacco leaves and all that kind of shit. I miss them. I tell you that, I miss them, but it's been cool. I smoke less because I ain't got to put so much into the paper. The raw paper. So it's taking small steps that are going to benefit you for the long run. Hey, Miss Margot, good morning, boo. Yes, Carrie. Yes, you know, I had you in mind. I had on in 2019. Do it. Yes, I am. Why is her ass still in the box? Y'all see it in the box. The tape's still on it. They done gave me instructions and everything. I'm gonna open it up today. Now I told you all. Yes, try to, and salt. That's my other thing. Salt, baby. I will roast some vegetables and then get it out and salt that bitch down. I've been trying to now I've switched to iodized salt and then the crystal salt, because if you use crystal salt, you're of course gonna use less salt because it's so potent. So I use that now to do like natural salt. And here go my TT. You might as well just grind up your own salt. I said, see, you're going too far. You're requiring more energy than I want to put in. I just want to grab the salt box. So I've been trying to cut down on the salt. Even like when I go out to eat, I'm always trying to make it. I already eat plain, but like, let me get the grilled instead of the fried. Baby, I wanted some fried catfish the other day. And I went in that bitch and said, let me just get the grilled. I wanted it so bad. Hot lemon water. I'm gonna do that. Okay, hot lemon water. Ooh, that might be a good alternative to coffee, because that's another thing. I have to stop doing so much coffee. And it's like, what's my alternative to coffee? Tea. I got these hot chocolate packets that are amazing, but they're like a $2.50 a packet. They are amazing. So I bought 7 of them. I'm like, 7, that's gonna last me a week, and they're gonna be going like that. They don't have them, like, they're not coffee, they're not as effective to me. So I be trying. Roman, do the darn test in the morning, please. I'm gonna do it before the show. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, what the doctors tell you to do. You're right. I know a young lady that was involved in a car accident that left her with a broken leg. The leg healed fine, but she dropped dead her first day back to work. She had a blood clot. No one knew. Whew. Yo, that is serious. And see, it's all of a sudden, because you don't realize the symptoms. You don't really know. You may feel a little bit of pressure, but it may seem like, oh, it's okay. that pressure might be something. That's why I always keep my chiropractor on deck. If you have health insurance, there's checkpoints in your health insurance that you can use that we don't even use, services that we don't even use. And because I work in not direct healthcare, but in a healthcare industry, they're always telling us to do X, Y, and Z, or this and that and the third. So I have a chiropractor right around the corner, and I just schedule appointments just for a checkup, because me just sitting right here like this, my spinal cord is always out of a line. So you go and get it and they don't even do much. I thought I was going to be getting needles on my back and shit, hot stones and shit. They just be applying pressure and they make you do shit. And I'm like, when I'm going to get to the good shit? I asked her the other day, I was like, hey, do I not qualify for needles and shit? Like, I don't mind you poking my back in certain spots. She's like, no. And she said it's rather dangerous to want to do that when there's no problem. So right now she's just pushing tension spots. She had me circulate my rotator cuffs a lot just to make sure it's loose all the time, here and over here. And then I have to do like arms, and I slowly roll it out, and she'll come by and she'll help me do it. And you'll feel a difference, like, whoa, it's all mobile. And then I'll lay flat on the surface with my stomach down, and she'll tell me to raise my back feet as high as I can, and she'll hold them. And that little stretch is so fucking good. Like, you don't realize how much your body just needs to just stretch out. Like, not a aerobatic go to the gym stretch, just a natural, just all the way out. And then she'll do my arms in the front, and I'll walk out that bitch like, damn, we ain't do much, but I feel some shit. So little shit that we can do to help our own selves. You should do a Cooking with King one night. I would do one. I really would, if I could figure out how to situate the camera in my kitchen. Deli meat is high in sodium and it's so good. And I got all the ones with sodium. Oven roasted, smoked black pepper, okay, brown sugar, honey ham. Hey, Kings Mina, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am Jake Apple. Apple or Samsung watches cannot take blood pressure as of right now. Oh, that's what it is. So what do? They just check. They're telling us our heart monitor rate. What is this doing? Right now, I'm sitting at a comfortable 65 beats per minute. Good morning, Linda B. Hey, boo. Cut the deli meat out. Oh, man, deli meat is full of soy. Oh, my God. Jumped out the bushes at that. We need our urine help. Oh, thank you. Raw papers. Listen, I'm trying my hardest now. You right. Deal with things when they happen. Somebody piss you off, cuss them out on the motherfucking spot. Don't put off today what you can't wait till tomorrow. Absolutely, I agree. If it's something that don't bother you, okay, fine. But if it's something that's like, and that's why I tell people when I'm driving, they be like, damn, you really went off. I say I have to let it out now, because if I don't, I'm gonna feel it. I'm like, bitch, why the fuck you cut me off, you old stupid hoe? I hope you die, bitch. I have to tell myself, you can't be saying that, but I have to let it out, because people really be taking me there when they cut me off or driving slow as hell in traffic. I'm like, there go a bitch who don't know where she going. How you get on the road traveling to nowhere? Bitch, find somewhere to go. You can pull over and put anything in the maps, but why do it right? And then the Uber drivers piss me off even more. Bitch, if y'all don't get out the way, Roman, stop being her. I am. Use Himalayan sea salt. Let me write that down, because I'm always open to trying some new stuff. And I switched all my oils to like specific to seed oil. So I got sunflower oil, sesame seed oil, and I try to cook more of my vegetables and stuff in that. Processes food is a bitch. Yeah, it is. It'll fuck us up. Salt grinders are simple and cheap. I get a salt grinder had to go. You're too nerdy to be having high blood pressure. That's what I'm saying. I think it's always when I go in there, I'm just like angst, like, okay, what's going on? If you want to try a meal box, I have free boxes to give away from Purple Carrot. Oh, do they really work? Because I thought about that. I thought it was going to be a waste. But do they really work? Yeah, let me try that out. Purple Carrot. Okay. I need my back crack. Oh, baby. You need the other kind of back crack. I learned how to cook with different flavor profiles with that. I don't miss salt or meat with some of those meals, but I do still eat meat. Be like Eli and stretch every morning. Every morning, I can hear him. He ain't walk in here yet. Like he the man. Heart rate. Oh, that's it. The heart rate. Maybe my bro who constantly played basketball on concrete courts, which caused him to have blood clots in his legs, had one travel and caused a heart attack at 45. So do the test and stay healthy. Yeah, that's talking about me. I just went wrong. Look up white coat syndrome. Y'all, we won't have to have a health live, y'all. We done totally switched off the hot topics. I go to friends' houses and just started throwing shit in the trash. Cabinets and fridge. You don't need this. What is this? Oh, you'll be over here throwing all kinds of. I have a whole just container full of junk food. Let me not even get to talking about it. All right. We went all off topic, but back to Pastor John Gray. Please keep him in your prayers. We want this man to pull through. We want him to be healthy for him and his family. And shout out to his wife for staying by his side. I'll definitely stay tuned to the story and bring you updates as they come. Now, let's move to another interesting story. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I said this shit. I said it. When we first started talking about Young Thug, the RICO case, and why they really indicted this man and why they did deny his bond and all of this is because this exact reason. So the feds are claiming witnesses in Young Thug case have been threatened. And I said I knew they would. I knew this shit was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. It's inevitable. Not only because it's Young Thug, but because there's so many people who depend on Young Thug to feed them. That's a network. That's a bunch of people. So what they're saying is the Fulton County Superior Court Judge Glanville issued a temporary order citing numerous threats to kill or harm witnesses. So now what the order says is that the defense cannot share any details of any witnesses with the said rapper. That means when they're in their own testimony behind the chambers, they have now been by the court cited that they cannot say any names of the witnesses and their locations. That's pretty major. And what the fuck is wrong with you all? Witnesses claim that they fear not only for their own lives, but for their families' lives should they testify. Thugger's attorney, Brian Steele, denied the allegations, claiming that Thugger has never intimidated or threatened any witnesses. He added, however, I cannot wait to receive the discovery so that we can continue our march toward clearing an innocent man. Yeah, I definitely, if you ask me if I believe that this is going on, 100% absolutely believe it's going on. I mean, I think that if it's not only for Young Thug, but I think it's going on for all the people that they indicted in this case. But Young Thug is just the face of it. He's the spearhead. So if we remove Young Thug and we put them other players in the part, I'm sure it's a bunch of their witnesses who have been threatened because they're lower level. They probably think the light ain't on me. I can talk to people. My attorneys are telling us names, so we're not really no one. But because it's on Young Thug, now Young Thug can't get names of witnesses. I'm thinking, y'all think that's gonna stop? No, but it's just really them over there. It's Lil Johnny and Bonita Applebaum. So unfortunately now, and I think it's good, but I think they need to extend it to all the attorneys for everybody who's indicted in here, just to keep these folks safe. Now, I don't want to say this, y'all, but I hope no one's hurt, kidnapped, killed, or we hear anything about that related to this case and witnesses. Now, I'm marking my words today that we don't hear anything, but given how shit is coming out in the limelight now, it just leaves you to believe that something else is going on behind the scenes. Just sit your ass down somewhere. I don't understand it. I've been using Purple Care for about 2 years. Love it. I just get one box a month, sometimes two. I'm gonna look into it. I am. You just throw all my food out. One time, nothing was left but mustard and soy sauce. Start over, bitch. They were mad as fuck. Okay, yeah. I definitely had to toss a few things this past weekend. Like, damn. Yeah, I had mad like loaded beverages in my refrigerator that I didn't need. I had like Mountain Dew, Pepsi, all kind of juices. I got rid of all of that shit. So I didn't throw it away, of course, but it's not here with me. All right, so now let's get into this. So R. Kelly is engaged to Jocelyn Savage. Are we surprised or not? Now how this came about is that when R. Kelly was being sentenced, Jocelyn submitted a letter to the court in favor of R. Kelly just to write on behalf of his behavior. And so I said to myself, did R. Kelly really think by him and getting engaged to her during his sentencing, that was going to lessen the blow. Like, oh, he's a good man. He has a wife now to take care of and all that good stuff. Did you really think that was? And she's was one of the ones. Like, are you kidding me? So here's the letter that she wrote to this man in jail. Now I'm gonna read just some of the juicier parts of this letter, but I couldn't believe that we're still in this day and age and this girl is still set on making a name for herself through this R. Kelly case. So in her letter, she says, "Dear Honorable Judge Ann Donnelly, thank you for the opportunity to share my experiences with Robert Kelly. My name is Jocelyn Savage, and I'm Robert Kelly's fiance. I'm writing this letter in support of Robert in advance of his sentencing so I can explain to the court that I'm not the victim that the government has portrayed me to be. My relationship with Robert is amazing. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me. We have a very special connection and are deeply in love. I still support Robert to this day because I love him and will always be here to support him. Robert is not the monster that the government has described him to be. The Robert I know is very sweet, gentle, and kind. At the end of the day, he has always made sure that I'm taken care of and any other woman he was with as well. Robert's an all-around incredible person. He loves his music and is very passionate about that. He's positive, outgoing, and very generous. He always takes any opportunity he can to help those in need. He's very determined and focused on his goals. And the things that have been said about him with me and other women being held against our will is absolutely untrue. It's the complete opposite of who he is and what my relationship is like with Robert. Robert and I are deeply in love, and it breaks my heart that the government has created a narrative that I'm a victim. I'm a grown woman and can speak for myself, which is why I wanted to provide this letter to the court. I respectfully ask that the court take my words into consideration when sentencing Robert. He is a great man with a great heart and deserves to be home with his loved ones who are ready to support him. Thank you for reading this letter, Jocelyn Savage." And I said, well, I'll be. Now you got sense. Now you can write a letter. Where was this kind of behavior when everything was going down? Well before this. Now you can speak to his character. What about 7, 8 years ago, 9, 10 years ago? That's when this shit would have been more credible. Now all of a sudden it's purposeful. Girl, if you don't go find a place to work at, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I said, oh, this is a ploy. And then in my mind, I'm thinking like, so let's say they're married. This doesn't work. Is there a prenup in place? So now she just get off of the bag. Bitch, you looking even more. I'm sorry, I heard even more like you got a whole plan. See, and what I think there are attorneys involved in this whole her getting married. I think it was a whole ploy. Yeah, let her be your wife. That way, even with your streaming, your music, we can take it out of your name and we can put all the subsidies and royalties in her name, and maybe labels or people or companies might be more favorable towards that than feeling like they're directly paying R. Kelly, who has been indicted on all of these sexual crimes. And I'm thinking like, okay, so is that the angle they think they're going to do? And so I'm wondering like, okay, will we see music come back? Will we see stuff like that? I also just thought this was it's going to help me get out of jail card. And it's like, where? And an accuser, someone who's held against their will, get the fuck out of here, bruh. No, not this time. 100% juice only. Yes, that's what I have to do. Now, see, yes, R. Kelly wants conjugal visits. He doesn't care who from. She better use a condom. Oh my God. Threw up a little bit at conjugal. Ugh, his security. He's securing Panani visits. Y'all think that? Jocelyn needs a therapist. Yeah, and she needs to be tied down with a therapist because I see her resisting it. She is out here looking like her name at this point. Jocelyn, so everybody lying on Robert, pretty much, and a condom, 2 of them. She's completely brainwashed and strung out. She and all them girls needs help. I just feel like she's looking for attention. Like she's trying to really ride this wave. Her name, this shit. The letter was leaked. It provided to. I think it was one of the websites. It was provided to. It wasn't like she came out here and leaked the letter herself. And so, but it gives us insight into her mindset. First of all, I don't even think she could write a letter like that. I feel like it was written by attorneys. It was really, really heavily lit to this is his character. This is how he is. He needs to be home with his family. What family? Who? Can we get more substance, bitch? What we talking about? I don't know if through the conjugal visit she's trying to get pregnant with the child from R. Kelly. I don't know if that's the plan too, also, because she sounds nutty as hell. She drank the PP. Oops, I meant Kool-Aid. No, you said it right. Disgusting. Does R. Kelly have to pay restitution? I believe he does have to pay restitution. Too bad on his wedding night. He's gonna be getting his back blowed out by Bubba. So, but Nate, so you saying R. Kelly is a bottom? Is that what we saying? I just want to know, because that statement says it. So are you saying R. Kelly is a bottom? Yes or no? He couldn't bottom or top me or anything. He couldn't even sit on the side. He couldn't play with himself in front of me. He couldn't do none of that shit. I'm calling the police and I'm filming. Oh yeah, I'll put you in jail for real. Indecent exposure. There was children around. It was near school. I'm using all the keywords. It was near a playground. It was white women outside. I'm going there. I'm going there with him. Bitch, are you kidding me? Yeah, he's pregnant. For why? It's not even a bag there. Then it might be something about securing money in order to either resist paying restitution or to provide money to pay it, because he has to take care of his or mail order bride, his victim-born bride. That's ridiculous. R. Kelly knows better. This is a clear example of you don't have the right people in your corner. This should have never. It should have, yeah. And who goes to say she could have been his fiance for a while. We just realized it in this letter coming out. So it's definitely more details to come surrounding this situation. But at this point, it's almost like they're holding on to every fucking thing. Like, damn, like every little bit of relevance, every little bit of opportunity to evade going to jail, everything. It's like, no, bro, it ain't gonna work. Your time is up. So yeah, R. Kelly being engaged to Jocelyn Savage. I mean, it just don't even look right, y'all. His eyes is always so far back in his head. I always say that, those people who got, like, I call them cave eyes, because their eyes sit so far in the back of their face. It's deep. It's like that. Just imagine the eye up in there. Imagine the eye in there. Don't he got cave eyes? Let me get off R. Kelly. And I always have to say this, even though I don't like the actions of R. Kelly, even though I think his behavior was disgusting. And sometimes it's weird because I watched a documentary, and in part of the documentary was, can you imagine your child or daughter being one of his victims? And I said, hell no. I play certain songs from him that I like, especially around the holiday times, like the whole Chocolate, what is the Chocolate City album? I like that album. I can separate the two. I won't condone it or anything, and I actually still have the CD format that I paid for. So, but I still think he's a horrible ass dude. The train dude to R. Kelly. I like shit and I want shit. When you in Rome, do as the Romans do. She can put some money on his book so he can get some lube. Don't forget the lube. I always thought he was funny looking. Him and Kevin Spacey. Yes. They just have that. It's just sitting back. Like, I see you. Like, I know you see me, but you really are watching, honey. You got them sit back eyes. Okay. All right, R. Kelly. So we gonna stay tuned to you. Now, y'all, I didn't do this Friday, so I wanted to just talk about Wendy Williams. Can we get into Wendy Williams really quickly? So Wendy Williams show, of course, Instagram and YouTube accounts disappeared without a trace. And my first thing was, yeah, they're gearing up for Sherri. They took all that shit down. They ain't deleted. They just hit her channel so that Sherri can come back up under all of, all of subscribers and pop out like we supposed to. Oh, it's Sherri. It's Sherri. So what we're going to get into in this Wendy Williams next segment is we're going to talk about Wendy Williams, but we're going to get into her brother. Her brother opened his mouth up again. You know how I feel about her brother. I don't think he's gay, but I definitely think he has gay tendencies. I don't like the fact that he pops off too much about his sister, who has more of the spotlight than him. It comes off as I'm clout chasing. And when he first started his YouTube channel, I was sitting over there looking like, now what shit you got to tell? And anything you do have to tell, you're being messy, because there's nothing positive about Wendy that we don't know. She'll tell us all the positive shit. You really should just be behind the scenes. Like I think, you know, that's how I would feel too. Like, you know, if I'm the celebrity, I don't want my brother doing the same shit I'm doing and spilling my tea. Don't say shit about me. Do your shit, nigga. If we mutually come together and say, hey, we're gonna talk about this, then let's do that. Well, here he goes again, running, bumping his chews and, you know, bumping his fucking gums. And it just makes me like wonder, like, okay, what is your motive? So we're gonna get into that, and then we're gonna get into Sherri. So now Sherri gearing up for her show. She's now out chattering about and talking about her upcoming show and how she feel. And I want to show y'all these clips of Sherri because I want you all to tell me, are you resonating with her as a character of what she wants to do? Now, when I watched the clip, I got a real good idea of how she's trying to come off. And what she's saying is she wants to be more comedic. She feels like a stand-up comedian is suited for a daytime talk show. So she wants to approach topics more funny, more lighthearted, and she doesn't want to be as, you know, mean-hearted with her stories. And so we'll get into some of that. So first, at, you know, Wendy Williams show, Instagram show, it has disappeared. And then now her brother's out here saying that his sister is not the Wendy we all knew. It's not the content that is the truth, but the physical. So let's hear just 60 minutes of what he had to say, because this nigga will flag you. He's done it to me before. So let me make sure I got my timestamps already set. Okay. He will flag you. Yeah, he will. I don't even fuck with him like that. You pause it. You unmute it.
Oppositionally, she doesn't want.
Okay. Hold up, brother. All right. I wouldn't want you out here speaking on my behalf either.
Oppositionally, she doesn't want me near because she realizes that I'm there to help and that I might have some validity to a lot of things that I'm trying to push on her. And so therefore she pushes me away, right? So if I were to go up and say, hey, the podcast sounds great. Wow, when's it going to start? Oh my gosh, that sounds super. Then that would kind of, you know, that would open her up. Because there's that fame, right? There's that fame and, you know, the recognition. And, oh, yeah, you know, I am that girl. I am that person with the power. You know, I can do this, you know. She doesn't allow herself to look in at herself as she has any situations going on. And that could be a very despairing situation.
Now, I'm gonna play a little bit more, but let's just break it up here. Now, all of what he said, was it necessary for him to come out here and say? Was it at all necessary for him to come out here and tell us that Wendy Williams is not the same Wendy, that he can't even tell her congratulations on the podcast? Why do we need to know all of that shit? Because you're not doing anything to help her. You're adding more negative fuel to the fire. That's banter for family. I didn't need to know that you can't even talk to your sister like that, but you got your happy ass out here singing and cooing and talking and hollering. Tell us about your life. Let us know. I mean, it ain't much to fucking tell, but tell us about what's going on with you and shit like that. I don't like this at all. It's one thing to have Debmar Mercury abusing Wendy the way they're doing publicly. And, you know, people who used to work with her. I looked at, as we get into Sherri, I looked at some of her show credits and who's on the show. It's all of Wendy's producers. Even the main showrunner is a Wendy Williams show producer. I'm like, how different will this be from Wendy? You're literally taking Wendy Williams' DNA and show DNA and flipping it for Sherri, which we'll get into. I just don't. I have a problem with it. Y'all hate Tommy Hunter. Tommy is just, what's her goofy ass talking about? Okay, he gives me Stuart T's from that. Oh my God, Stuart, look at what I can do. I am like sat down. Yes, that is a very good analogy. He definitely gives Stuart T's. Like, Look at me. It's like, boy, you're not giving us nothing to look at. All you're doing is talking about Wendy. Get over it, not Miss Tommy. Tommy flags, baby. I remember normally if they flag you for copyrighted content, they will say that you can keep it on your channel, but they'll get all the ad revenue from that video. Or they can just say, no, you got to cut this out, period. You can't show it. And that's what he did to me. You can't show it. You can't monetize it. You can't do nothing. You need to cut this bitch out, and then you can proceed forward. So I cut it out the video. I'm like, it's that serious? You that hungry, bitch. You ain't TMZ. You not even media takeout, ho. The fuck? I don't need to come to you for it. Now, bitch, the only reason I come to you is for Wendy. You think I'm coming over there for something else? You said? He be sitting there eating meals and shit. I'm sitting smiling in the camera. I'm sitting here looking like, you are just so full of self. You're drinking a glass of Tommy. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting to me. I could see why she stays away from his ass. I wouldn't tell him nothing. I'd be lying to him. You know I'm going to New Zealand next week. I'm going out there to chill with the monkeys. And I will see if he get out there and leak it. I would lie to that. I would lie to him all the time. You know I got $200 million to do a podcast with Trump. I'm gonna do that because at this point, they're your mo. Why he out here talking to us like this, Wendy? The fuck is wrong with you? I will go off on my brother. I will go off on you. I will definitely read you the riot act, and I will record that shit. Did you say tendencies? He definitely has some gay tendencies. Like we're gonna get into a little bit more, but do you see the way he flapping them lips? He is just talking because he has to talk. Tendencies. Now my gator went off like a fire truck on the way to an interruption. Y'all be putting that on. Y'all cannot put that on him. He got a whole wife, and the wife be making appearances and shit, bringing him his plate of food and stuff. And I said, no, first I used to be like, what kind of beard shit is this? But no, that's just love. That's just what you do for your husband. So I ain't gonna put too much on it.
And that's the sadness of it all. But it brings validity to the fact that I remain vigilant and must remain vigilant and keep an eye on the realities of the ne'er-do-wells, the people who just want to come around and suck and come around and get opportunities for real, while she's not prepared to be all that we know she can be. Because I believe that, in life you have to be the best you can be. And the best you can be begins with understanding yourself and understanding the potential that you have. And Wendy's reached, I would say, a great piece of potential if she was to self, and I'm not Wendy, but if I looked at all that she's done, but I was with her, see, that's the crazy thing. From day one, when she used to come in my room and she said it in the movie, I say it on my platform, and that's what it is. She said it in books. It started with a conversation. Wendy used to come in my room and talk to me and interview me, and I used to sit there and give her the time and whatever. And I was only 8 years old. Oh my gosh.
You see what I mean?
But she was a book.
So yeah, we're gonna stop there. Because you see what I mean? This man wants shine. So some quotes that I wanted to pull out. He says, I'm very supportive of Wendy, so I try to keep things under wraps in terms of her health. He said, regarding his prior statements about Williams' health being better than it actually is, she is fighting, she is struggling, she is working her way back to being Wendy. No, she is not the Wendy we all knew, and it's very sad, very heart-wrenching, very disappointing, and it's very frustrating. Really, bro? He goes on to say, Williams won't let him or other family members into her life. He also said Williams is in denial about the current state of her health, bringing up her TMZ interview in which she revealed her stuttering speech and her lymphedema. Tommy says she told Wendy Williams not to do any interviews to keep her health private, but the interview revealed to the world what Williams' health is really like. And now I understand why Williams moves the way she does. I think her showing her health and showing her foot was to spite her brother, spite the people who are telling her, don't show it. Don't let the world. Now I'm starting to understand. She already operates out of this vindictive, grudge holding, me against everyone else because she's lived in this hot topics world for so fucking long where it's been, you know, I can't make friends with folks because I'm gonna have to talk about it on my show, so let me leave them alone. But they all talk about me and how awful of a person I am and shit like that. So she's really been closed in. Then you got your brother out here telling you, trying to give you advice, and you're Wendy Williams. It's like, nigga, first of all, get in the industry. Okay, get in the industry before you tell me some shit. And so I can see her literally spiting her brother and spiting people like that around her. He, to me, is just no better than Debmar Mercury or the Bank of America. Like, chill, Sway. Like, calm down, bro. Like, we don't need you out here being her spokesperson. She didn't ask you. You ain't getting paid. Free commentary, nigga. You over on YouTube monetizing your family. Get the fuck out of here. It's ridiculous the way he said the word suck. His wife named Peggy. See, I'm not playing with you, King. Peg. Now you are describing yourself, Stuart. Tommy, you grew your channel trashing your sister. Now we're supposed to believe you're her protector. Exactly, teacher. Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. We don't need it. Save it. It's too late. It's way too fucking late. So then we have Wendy Williams. So we're talking about her new show, and now it's no longer there. Everyone's talked about her having this podcast and $100 million deal for a podcast. We still have yet to have details about that. Still waiting on that. But what we do know for certain is that Wendy Williams' show, Sherri, is coming out full blaze. So now she's been on the media circuit, running her gums, bumping her lips about, you know, her new show and, you know, everything that's going on. And so one thing, let me see if I have it here. Do I have it here? So one thing Sherri went on to say was that she's excited to take over the show. However, she's bringing this whole comedy spirit personality to the show. So let's get into this little small clip. It's coming from her interview that she did on with backstage at the Essence Festival, and this was the portion that Ford sponsored. Now listen to her. Oh, giddy! I couldn't get into her personality. I want to see if you all get into her personality. For me, it's just too. It's not what I'm used to. And let me make sure I'm at the right time stamp.
I know the grind. And you do of doing a daily talk show. I've done Dish Nation. It's like, so it's all these things where I can see where God has been at work preparing me. Because 18 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing. So yes, I feel like don't give up. Don't give up the dream. It just may be not yet.
You see, what I love is when we do these shows, somebody else is deciding.
Yes.
So the ability to say, no, I see this thing different from you. So we're going to have this guest and this guest and having a different conversation.
Yes, and that's the thing about knowing who you are. So for me, I work within the confines of a company, but I know what works. Intrinsically, I know because I know what I bring. So if you say to me, people don't want to see this. I go, yeah, but they want to see me talk about it. I know, and that's the thing, you know who you are, you know what you're bringing. And people heart connect with you. And I'm hoping that I can get that same heart connect.
It's called authenticity.
Authenticity. I'm not going to spell it, but that's what it's called, authenticity.
Well, because it's funny, I
was trying, y'all. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. This is going to be a different one. She said a couple of things on the floor as she was being interviewed. And I wanted to highlight some of her comments. So Bossip had the opportunity to interview her, and what she got to say is that she's is going to be a fun ride. She's ready for the ride. You're going to turn on that TV and say, what is that crazy girl doing today? That's what's going to be. So she's claiming that her show is going to be, full of fun, funny, laughter, jokes, Black women topic and focused. So that part of it, I'm saying, oh, that'll be interesting to see what part of that. I don't know. I maybe Sherri hasn't grown on me to be sort of this person to be hosting a show. She also went on to say they already got the budget for my wigs. They're like, wait a minute, we thought Wendy had a budget, but the hair along with adequate space to house it all is a necessary expense. She said, look, I've got 5 wigs in my suitcase right now just for Essence Fest. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You all let me know what you think. She also goes on to say, I've always dreamed about this. I always wanted something where I could make people laugh. That's always been my why, to make people feel good. Yeah, I don't know if I want Wendy's replacement to be a feel good type of thing. So the Wendy Williams show, the Sherri show, is now set to premiere on September 2nd. And it's been sold in 97% of the households, which I said that's incredible. She'll be taking the same time slot as Wendy Williams show, which aired its final episode on June 17th. She'll appear before a live audience from New York's Chelsea studios with a daily dose of pop culture, comedy, conversations, along with celebrity and human interest interviews. Now, David Perler, who was the same executive producer of Wendy Williams' show, will produce and serve as her showrunner. Shepard and her producing partner, John Murray, also executive produced with the same folks, Suzanne, all of them from the Wendy Williams show. So her show is set to air on September 12th. And I guess I'll just be here to report on it to see how well it does. Sherri, don't let the folks down. I think you were put in a bad spot too, making people have to choose between you or Wendy Williams. Now, it'd be funny if Wendy set her podcast to launch around that same time frame to see if there's going to be a dueling battle between the two. What are you all thoughts? Are you all excited to see Sherri? Make sure you say your disclaimer. Yes, that was definitely for commentary. Thank you, Jake Smith. Commentary. We don't need comedy in daytime. That's what Nick did on his show, and it was boring and lame. Pick me. Zaire, Grand Rising. I am not gonna give her too much. The public will do enough. I already don't like it. Her wig jokes are officially old and tired. It premieres on my birthday. Oh, so you don't just hear about it. You'll hear about it. Wendy will be trolling her damn self. I think she will too. I think she's trying a mixture of Ellen and Wendy. Yeah, see, that's going to be calculated because there's no Ellen and Wendy. Like, there's no... Ellen was dry humor. It wasn't like she was black comedy. She was dry humor to me. I don't see Sherri giving off... I don't know. Sherri, girl. I didn't see his name. You know, I was looking for his name. I didn't see his name, but Suzanne, her name is definitely there. She's one of the co-executive producers of the Sherri show. I said, oh, look at this shit here. I guess Suzanne said, I got a family to feed. You know, her husband was doing the show too, so he probably moved along as well with her. I mean, talk about loyalty. I know Wendy thought she was going to have a certain level of loyalty with these folks, but it just didn't pan out like that. No Norman. Norman name was not mentioned. Let me see. Let me read it again. No Norman. Suzanne Bass, Joelle Dawson, and Fernita Wynn will serve as co-executive producers. I hope Norman is sitting himself on the sidelines, please. Because it'll be a damn shame if Norman comes out here and he decides that he's going to be siding with Sherri. Helping Sherri's not my favorite, but I think Wendy should just retire. Wendy was about that life. Sherri's not. I hope she gives. Yeah, I agree with the retire, but I do want her to do something. I don't, because she didn't get a fair end. Like, we don't want to just end on her having a concrete, you know, dealing with lymphedema and stuff like that. Don't you think she should? Don't you all think she should still do a podcast or something? Like, having her do nothing. I still got some Wendy desire in me. She still has a whole market out here for us. I would be here for it. I'd definitely be here for it. So that's really all I have for you all today. We touched on this New York gun requirement for applicants where you have to have your social media screen. And I'm still baffled by that. Like, you're going to screen my social media to determine whether I'm a radical citizen versus look at my mental health records and police criminal records. Yeah, okay. Get ready for a lawsuit. We spoke about the woman who was babysitting 2 pit bull dogs by her friend and ended up being mauled to death. And we played the clip of hearing the neighbor call the police. We also talked about this viral clip of this woman sexually assaulting a black man while her boyfriend looked on. And most people were like, this is sexual assault of a white woman. And so Black Twitter took a hold and took some of the video clip and sent it to local cops. Now, will they investigate? No. O'Reilly Auto Parts store where a customer is shot after attacking one of the employees simply because there was no items remaining, or something along that lines. And now the question becomes, are employees attacking customers, or is it customers attacking employees? Roddy Rich does the dumbest shit ever. A fan jumps on stage, and instead of letting security deal with it, he decides to kick the fan because he wants somebody to sue him. I wish it was me. Lil Baby did the exact opposite. Whereas a fan jumped on stage, he let security take the blame and shoved that little dude off stage, which I think was the perfect thing. Nicki Minaj trolls her fans by saying she was pregnant, then double back saying, nah, wrong words. Girl, cute but corny. Pastor John Gray, we're going to keep him in our prayers. He's currently in critical care dealing with a pulmonary, SE pulmonary, embotic pulmonary, if you can't say it, don't say it. A pulmonary embolism, pulmonary embolism in his artery. It's a blood clot. And so let's just keep him in our prayers. Young Thug has now, their feds are claiming that witnesses in the Young Thug case have been threatened. And I say, so the judge ordered a citation that Young Thug's attorney no longer talks to him about specific details of witnesses, name, location. And I say that shit needs to apply to all of the folks who've been indicted in this case, not just Young Thug. Then we found out R. Kelly is engaged to Jocelyn through her letter she submitted to the court on his behalf during his sentencing. Obviously, it didn't work. Girl, go to school, or just go to another country. You will be great for the Philippines, Taiwan. Go chill out. Go away for a little bit of time because it's too much and it's in a lot right now. So go away. And then we touched on Wendy Williams, her show being deleted, her brother out here talking, and then Sherri out here talking about her new show. And, I don't want to put bad vibes out there for Sherri's show. I just want you to give what Wendy was giving or move on to another time slot, because I don't want you being dubbed as her replacement, and you can't even fucking replace her. And that's what I had today. Very light day. He is going to get his teeth whitened and say, hi, Sherri. Hi, Sherri. Hi, Sherri. She should learn how to knit. Hey, Miss Goody Two Shoes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. His pants were too tight to kick somebody. Okay. If that's what it was. I like them pants, though. A good, cute pair of leather black pants. I think that's a cute accessory to have in your closet. I just do. Haven't quite found mine yet, but I do. Getting ready for work. Have a good day. You too, Carrie. Thank you for coming through, and thank you all for coming through this morning. If you have not, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, and comment below after the video. And join me tomorrow night, News Crew. We're gonna have a night out, just us. We're gonna kick it and chill. No topic at all, but we will be watching the Bad Boys Houston auditions little clip that they put together. They released it last night. It was supposed to be released on July 17th, but I guess the word got out, so they released it. We're gonna get into some of that. We're gonna have a little banter. I'm gonna talk about my little date with the 52-year-old. He's a really nice guy. I think it's a nice guy. It's just different. It's just different. I won't say it's boring different, but I mean, the text, where my phone at? The text must just be like, he sends essays and I would be replying like, okay, because I don't know. I'll be like, wow. Yeah, they're thick. They're thick, but we're gonna get into that. And we're just gonna kick it with each other. I'm gonna drop the link if you want to come up and chit chat, play some music, all that good stuff. So that's tomorrow night. And then Wednesday we'll come back with local news. And we'll get into the bodega story. We're gonna get into this U.S. mail carrier. She was killed because she didn't deliver this man's COVID check. The man asked her, "Was my COVID check here?" And she said no, she's doing her job, and he killed her. So we'll get into that because I think it's more details there into that story. I also want to talk about this. The Mexican drug cartel has to pay the Mormon family $1.5 billion because they killed 6 of their folks on the Mormon reservation. I said, so they got to pay. The U.S. judge issues them to pay $1.5 billion, but y'all haven't issued yourselves to pay nothing for all of this displacement that African Americans face. Child, I said we got to talk about this shit because I was like, oh, the Mormons get that much money because they were off. That ain't right to me at all. So we're gonna talk about that. Shit was crazy. Have a wonderful day. Jocelyn need to go on to Dubai. She will be right at home with what goes on over there. You know what? Because I know exactly what you're talking about. Number 2. You know he watching you. Oh my God. We definitely got to talk about that. No, he not. He doesn't even know my channel. He doesn't even know I have a channel. He don't know anything at all. We're going to keep it like that for a few months. We're going to see how this rolls. It was different. And you know, the attire was different. It was a lot. It was, you know, I said, oh, this is cute. Why I got my little shirt down right here. I'm like, I'm over here like trying to like, damn, nigga. I thought we was coming. I thought this was a cute date. You over here looking like we had an interview. But all right, I'm here with it. I'm for the shits. What's thick, the text messages or his thumbs? Both, but those text messages are very thick. It'd be like, good morning, Slim. First of all, I got dubbed Slim. I'm sitting here like, okay, good morning, Slim. ... Oh, by the way, did you ... And I just be like, I'll be saying, oh, this is cute. This is conversation. This is banter. This is cute. Absolutely loves to FaceTime, like randomly. And I'll be saying things like, I'm not even in a FaceTime mood. I'm chilling. I'm not. And I pick up FaceTime. What you doing? You FaceTime me. You should know. You should see. But that's just me. Go to breakfast. Okay. That's what I need to do. Stop. Oh, good morning, Slim. Yes. I'll be like, it's funny. It just be funny the monikers people put on you based off of what they've seen. It's like, we ain't even done nothing. Like, what the fuck is this? Okay. If he not rich, keep it moving. That's still to be determined. I don't want nothing from him. I didn't even want him to come see where I live. I said, I will meet you. I could pick you up. Because see, you're going to have to pick me up at the nearest train station or plane airport. And we ain't picking. I don't want you to know where I live right now. I want to be able to smoothly. What I've learned is to smoothly excommunicate yourself from someone. You got to give them limited details as much. One being, you don't need to know where I live. Not until I'm like, okay, then you can. Because niggas will ride by, see if your car outside, all that shit. I damn really didn't want to park in the parking lot. I'm saying, looking like maybe I should park across the street and just walk over. The shit I think about is only because I watch too much shit and I see too much shit and have been through too much shit. But it was cool. It was definitely cool. We talked so much leading up to it and all of this shit. And like finally to get there, I'm saying, looking like, you are really like, his message was like, I'm damn happy. I said, oh wow. All this old jargon. I said, you damn happy? I'm damn happy to be here. I said, I'm gonna need a drink tonight. Don't smoke. Light drinker. And that conversation came up. So do you smoke or anything? And I always be asking myself, like, how do you know? Like, what am I giving off? You know? And I hate when that question comes up because it's like because I know how I feel when I ask somebody, do you smoke cigarettes? So when somebody asks me, so the first thing I'd be like, no, I don't smoke cigarettes. And I'd leave it at that. Oh, do you smoke anything? You know, I definitely am 420 friendly, if that's what you're asking. you gotta be like, he's like, oh, okay, that's what's up. What do you do? Like, do you do like the whole pin thing, or? And I'm saying, looking like, just ask me if I smoke blunts, nigga, because I will tell you I smoke blunts. So I was like, I can do that. Here I go skirting around it. I can do that. Yeah, I can. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for the next question. How often? I'm waiting, but he didn't ask. He left it alone. Because I know how people feel, because I always ask, do you smoke cigarettes? Because that's a huge turn off for me. I don't want no cigarette smoking. I don't want no tobacco smoking in my room. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I think the biggest thing is that because you can't do it in my presence, because the smell bothers me. I don't know. Cigarette smell is just and what's those Black and Milds? Oh my God, I'll fucking die over a Black and Mild. No, I don't know why they created Black and Milds, but because you can't do it, you got to go outside. I think it's like we on the whole trip. You got to get up. We got to pull over for you to smoke a cigarette. I don't know, y'all. My mother used to smoke cigarettes. I don't think she smokes cigarettes now. My uncle used to smoke cigarettes. He gave them up cold turkey. Just not, cigarettes has never been my thing. Not Slim Goody. Us old folk give nicknames quick. I'm like, Slim? Okay. We'll see. We'll see. I can't with you. Opposites work better. We're definitely. I'm like turned up. He's like, chill. After the dinner date, I'm like, you want to go to a little lounge? He asking me what you want to do. Shit, I'm all turned. I'm like, let's go to a little lounge. Let's go to a kickback or something. I had to realize that I'm going to say this. They weren't exactly that, but I'm going to say this. He had on church shoes, but they weren't church shoes. But you know what I mean? Like work shoes, church shoes. And it was like, I was like, well, we can't go there. So I want to go to a hookah spot. We can go there. That's a whole, I didn't know what kind of music. I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm just trying to figure it out. So we ended up doing something we're going to get into tomorrow. Yeah. So I feel y'all in. Do I think this will be like, if I can give y'all like an early prediction, do I think this is going to be like something I'm going to take serious or something? Probably not. Not right now. As of right now, probably not. I don't know. It just seems too safe. Like, I ain't get it. I'm going to say this, but don't think I'm a thought. Okay? I'm not a thought. But you know how sometimes, when you dating and you talking to somebody and y'all eventually that sexual hit on you or that sexual innuendo or conversation will come up. It's like inexistent. It's like non-existent. It's like I might throw something out there and it'll be like, oh, you funny. I'll be like, oh, okay, this is different, but very attractive. Very, but it's like, I got so many questions that I want to know about. Like, but it's just like, I gotta wait. So I'm like, nigga, by this point in something else, I'd have had all my answers. I'd have been over here lusting, and I'm over here trying to wonder, like, what you got going on? I couldn't get no answer from him. Sweet Papa said, hey, you're right. Church Jew lives matter. We are not. I had just so y'all understand the true opposite of how this looked. I had on because I'm thinking we're gonna go out afterwards, so I'm gonna be a little bit ready to kick a bitch if I need to. I always think about that. So I had on some denim jeans, nice denim jeans. I had on a red polo, and I had on some red Jordans. And I had on all the decked out the jewelry, all that shit. So I'm looking real like, and I had my denim jean jacket because it was raining. So I'm looking like real like, because he was giving that after I inspected his social media shit. I put the whole New York gun application, bitch. I ran his social media down, Facebook and Instagram. I ran them bitches down. I'm like, oh, you travel the world and shit. You look. Then I don't know if he got off my Facebook profile that I'm so professional or I'm so like this Mr. Because I used to have my Facebook profile name Mr. my real name, not changed. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. And so I get there. I'm like, oh, shirt tucked in, nice, clean. You know how they cuff the arm a little bit with a watch on. I'm sitting here, like, I'm feeling all out of place. I'm like, look at this young nigga sitting here at this table. So I put it together. But he just was like, he was like, oh, now I finally get to see you. I'm sitting here thinking like, yeah, I look like I just came from the club. I'm like, I missed the memo. I didn't know it was this serious. Damn, I could have did the same thing. I'm shit. I almost put up a picture on my Instagram to show him like, nigga, I could pull the same shit you pulling. This ain't. I hope you don't know. I always try to pride myself. I act older for my age, so I'm like, I just thought we was gonna be, it was a night on the town. I didn't know I was expecting to be. This was, and I didn't even get all the answers I wanted. And I still left that. Like, I was telling my friend, I'm like, I still don't know. And y'all, and Naries, y'all know what I'm talking about. I still don't know. I mean, you can look good, all of that shit, but we can be incompatible, not only on surface, but in a lot of ways. I still don't know. And for me, I'm too older now to be waiting until, we finna be playing, then we get to it, guessing who gonna do what. I don't do that shit. I'm well past that point. Bitch, send me a kite and a clue. I need to know X. I need to know up front. By this point, I'd have had a whole picture and I'd have had a whole summary of what's gonna go down, even if nothing goes down. But this whole you funny, you crazy. After a while, it was cute until it wasn't. I was sitting there looking like, okay. I told him about, we was talking about Memorial's Day. I told him about going down with my family. And then after that, I was like, I was really supposed to go out into a new beach. Hint, hint, I'm trying to enter into a certain different kind of conversation. And he was like, he took a drink. I'm sitting here like, okay. And I'm like, and so I started describing like, my friends was wearing this. I was going to wear this, thinking he was going to say, because, I'm by this point, I'm used to when I say that in a conversation with another guy that I might be interested in, what that would have looked like. Oh, we going there? Okay, let's talk. I ain't getting none of that. I'm sitting here looking like, okay, all right, cool. So let's stay on it. So I was fine. We had a great conversation. I got to know his career, which is cool. It's cool. It's a career. We'll talk about that tomorrow. It's a career. I'm not gonna be too so, and then we talked about my career. And I always try to dumb everything down. I told y'all that I like to go to the basic. I'd be like, I'm an entry level clerk because I don't like to make career competition. I don't like that shit. You do this, I do this. Well, in my job, I do this. Hey, you got it, brother. I ain't gonna do shit, nigga. I make copies and I go on about my day. I don't be feeling like that. And I didn't get that vibe from him at all. He was very much so, I'm proud of you, and it's shocker to me because when you dating somebody other niggas, it's competitive. It'd be like, well, I'm doing this. It was a total difference. And I was like, this shit is weird. Like I like that, but damn, I need more of you. I need to know more. It was great. He was like, I'm proud of you. You doing that. And he was like, wow. We got to the whole family, my family dynamics, his family dynamics. I mean, y'all talking about people down here on the tube late coming out to their families. This nigga didn't come out until like he was 40. To me, that was late as hell. And now I said, so I'm like, I'm just talking to much. We can talk tomorrow anyways. I'm like, do your family, like, what is your family? He's like, they're just waiting on me to bring somebody around. I'm over here looking like, oh my God. So this is why you over here in the shirt and tie. I mean, it wasn't a shirt and tie, but it was definitely, he could have went to service afterwards. Let's put it like that. He could have went straight to church. I know it's come as you are, but he could have sat behind the pulpit. He could have been up there with the deacon and him. The way he was ready. He was like, I don't know what it was. It definitely, if we do grow into something, I'm gonna joke on him about this. Like, dog, you had a whole How to Catch a Predator date set up. Like, I felt like I was in that bitch. Like, wait, what is going on? What is going on? Wait, there go the trolls. I see you. Church shoes. That's our nickname for him. Yes, baby. Church shoes. I'm down. No, they don't. Unless you're going to church. Charles, you better say you want to get this bus. Hold up, Naries. You get what I'm talking about. Like, Naries, I'm over here sitting like, so it ain't even, and see, it's not even about having the act, doing the act, like doing it, but it's for clarity. Like, even talk about a story that you was in a relationship with somebody else, so I can take the clues from that. You know how you pull the clues. So what he did. So what you do? Oh, okay. Clue number one. But all of this, even his past experiences are very scarce. Like, he don't have any. He says, which was a sign to me. You know, I always say, where are the signs? He said, most of the time, it doesn't get past the date phase because most guys move faster than him. I'm over here like, whoo, baby, I know I'm a hot ass. So maybe this is God saying, slow that ass down. But why during the summer? Why do it? I need the slope to come in September and October. Why are we trying to slow down in July? Bitch, I'm trying to go 100 miles per hour. What are you doing? Shit, I already told you I got a cabin trip coming up. I want to go on that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I don't want to be tied down. I definitely want to be a single going on that now. So, you know, I don't know. And then my friend talking about some, you know, in 8 years, he'll be 60. I said, so that's where we're going? Is this what you're saying to me? Is that what you want me to start thinking about? I'm like, damn, it's a lot of factors at play. I don't know. That's what it is. That's my friend said. He's more of a settled down kind of guy. And I said, I like the emotions that come from a settled down type of guy, but I don't think I want to be settled down right now. Like all that wanting to play house, lovey-dovey, we walk the park with my dog, all of that shit. Oh, great, wonderful. I don't want to move in with you. And I certainly don't want to be the first guy you show your family to. Oh, no. What does that mean? What that mean? Because that's so much pressure. If I need to check your ass and walk away, now your family looking at me like I'm the one that, no. I at least need you to have one or two. Damn. Even fake a friend, bitch. This is, we've been, you know, I'm like, wow. If he wears them Jesus sandals with linen short sets, up the fuck out of here. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that. I'm not finna do. I'm not doing that. We go to the mall and he pull up Jesus sandals and the socks all the way up to the knees. Y'all can, it's going to turn. I'm a friend zone that ass real quick. I'm a friend zone him real quick. I'm going to be out that bitch looking all around, walking off into a store. I'm about to go in here. All right, I'll see you. You know how you friend zone a motherfucker real quick. You start talking about, oh, don't you think he cute? He is cute. That nigga fine as a bitch. I know how to do it all too well. Friend zone him quick. You start texting them memes about all this niggas and shit. You go to the friend zone so quick, you start pulling up in here now. The church shoes I can get with because now he knows. And I'm sure he doesn't own any sneakers or nothing like, well, not like that, but it's nothing a little. You can get in there and change niggas. You can get in there and, you know, like, hey, you know, today we're going to wear these. Then tomorrow we're going to do that. You know, you can do that. That shit is par for the course. It's just his mentality is like he's already there, you know. Even like his his job. I was like, he was talking like them church shoe wearing and just be nasty as fuck. All of the things. Y'all don't like niggas with church shoes. Yeah, right. The petty rabbits. Because he doesn't know he can't hang. Okay, right. My silver fox was all settled when we started dating, but baby, 6 weeks in, when it was time like 50 Shades of Grey jumped out on my ass. I need to know. I can't be waiting now. I cannot be waiting. Have me wait. He looking for a husband. I can tell he looking for somebody to settle down. Deacon Cletus needs to find someone age generation appropriate. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. I need a sense of it if you want me like that. Period. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. See, it's different with heterosexual relationships. You already know at the table, and we ain't guessing. It's only one way this gonna go. So let's act appropriate. Let's carry on. But it's different in homosexual relationships. A nigga can be doing both or just one or not one at all. They could be just pants. They could be out here acting based on emotions. I need to know, like, so what you doing? Oh, okay. I'm cool with that. I just need to know. If you tell me you a strict something, I need to just be sure of what that is. And if you are a middle of the road anything, that's cool. But are there certain lanes you might swing into more than the other? Those things are pertinent information, especially with a nigga like me, because I am not going. I've been there and done that. Personal experience, it doesn't come when you want it to come, when you need it. That's true. My mom passed from the same thing. She had a knee surgery and they didn't give her a blood thinner. You should take an you behind the chat, Zaire. You should take an aspirin. Oh, I forgot to turn on that would help prevent blood clot. Them the ones that will be butt naked while you blink one time. Nasty. Boy. Show up. Sued the hospital, but it wasn't worth losing my mom. Aw. Sorry to hear, Zaire. I love the ones in church shoes with money. Yeah, I know he has two homes. He has a home that's divided amongst his family, and he has his own home. I'm over here now like, damn, what if he is watching? That's why I started pausing like, oh, shit. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about this tomorrow night. I'm not going to get myself in trouble. Fuck that shit. All right, News Crew. It has been my pleasure, as always, to be here with you on this good Monday. We have tomorrow, we're going to have crew time. We can talk more and more and more. And then Wednesday, we're going to go back to local news. And then Thursday, don't forget, come back. We're doing Throwback Thursday, Run It Back, episode 2. It was the one with Spill It Boy TV, the top 10 triggers of the beef sector. I'm going to cue it up. I'm going to be here live. We're going to play back, watch it, talk, do all that good stuff. And that'll be our Thursdays moving forward. Throwback Thursdays, Run It Back in the beef sector. Thursdays will be all things beef sector on Thursdays. So make sure you come back and support that. It's always a pleasure with you all. I'll be missing the fuck out of you all. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your comments. And the 4 people who send me emails, giving me recommendations for the channel, I appreciate it so much. I'm definitely going to work on some things. I know the top 3 things I already listed is I don't have to have long lives. Come live when topics are hot, just drop down. And then also don't feel bad sharing my Cash App and asking for super chats and all that good shit. It's expected. Some of you all know. So I just didn't know. I just need y'all support on that. So I thank you all. And until next time, deuces. Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go, let's go.